All right, so you're thinking about Buenos Aires, huh? Solo mission, I get it. People hear South America and they think carnival in Rio, right? But let me tell you, Buenos Aires, this place is different. It's got this energy, this vibe. It's electric, you know? And the thing is, you can feel it everywhere you go. From the moment you step off the plane, it's like the city just pulls you in. The streets are alive, man. Music, tango dancers, the smell of incredible food. This isn't just a city you visit, it's a city you experience. So if you're looking for an adventure, something different, something that will stay with you long after you leave, Buenos Aires is calling. And trust me, you don't want to miss this call. So buckle up because we're about to dive deep into everything this city has to offer. Let's do this. Buenos Aires. It's called the Paris of South America. And yeah, okay, there's the architecture, the wide boulevards, the cafés, but it's more than that. It's the passion, you know? Argentinians, they're intense. They love their city, they love their football, they love their food. And that energy, it's infectious. You walk down the street and you can't help but get swept up in it. It's a city that lives and breathes culture. Tango, obviously, that's a given. But then there's the art scene, the music scene, the literary scene. It's all happening here, man. And the history, don't even get me started. This city has seen it all. From European colonization to dictatorships to economic booms and busts, it's all there, etched into the walls. Now, Buenos Aires is a big city. We're talking sprawling, but don't let that intimidate you. It's actually very walkable, especially once you get your bearings. The city is divided into different barrios or neighborhoods, each with its own distinct personality. You've got Palermo, which is like the trendy, upscale area. Lots of boutiques, cafes, and nightlife. Then there's San Telmo, which is known for its antique shops and cobblestone streets. It's got this old-world charm that's really cool. And of course, you can't forget about La Boca, the colorful, vibrant neighborhood where tango was born. Each barrio has something unique to offer, so make sure you explore as many as you can. Trust me, you won't regret it. Now let's talk about the language barrier for a minute. The official language in Argentina is Spanish, but don't worry if you don't speak it fluently. A lot of people in the tourist areas speak some English. Plus, Argentinians are generally very friendly and helpful. They'll try their best to understand you, even if you have to resort to some serious hand gestures. My advice? Learn a few basic Spanish phrases before you go. Things like, hello, thank you, please, excuse me. It'll go a long way. And hey, you might even surprise yourself with how much you pick up while you're there. But even if you butcher the language, don't sweat it. It's all part of the adventure, right? Embrace the chaos. That's what travel is all about. All right, let's talk landmarks. And when it comes to Buenos Aires, you gotta start with the iconic, the legendary, the Plaza de Mayo. This is the heart of the city, the political and historical center. You've got the Casa Rosada, the pink presidential palace where Evita Perón famously addressed the crowds. Yeah, you know Evita, the woman, the myth, the legend. Standing there looking up at that balcony, you can almost feel the history. Across the plaza, you've got the Catedral Metropolitana, a beautiful cathedral that dates back to the 16th century. It's got this grand, imposing presence, but inside it's surprisingly peaceful and serene. Take some time to wander around the plaza, soak it all in. You'll see street performers, artists, vendors selling souvenirs. It's a great place to people watch and get a feel for the city's energy. Now, I know what you're thinking. A cemetery? On vacation? Trust me on this one. The Recoleta Cemetery, it's not your average graveyard. It's like an open-air museum full of elaborate mausoleums and sculptures. Think of it as a who's who of Argentine history. Presidents, poets, military heroes, they're all buried here. The most famous tomb belongs to Evita Perón. Told you she was a big deal. It's a massive, ornate structure that attracts visitors from all over the world. And then, for a complete change of pace, you gotta check out La Boca. This neighborhood is a photographer's dream. It's an explosion of color with brightly painted houses, tango halls, and street art everywhere you look. The main drag, Caminito, is a pedestrian street lined with shops, restaurants, and bars. It's touristy, sure, but in the best possible way. You can't help but smile when you're walking down this street. It's just so full of life. Okay, this next one's for all you bookworms out there. El Ateneo Grand Splendid. This place is a former theater that's been converted into a bookstore. And let me tell you, it's the most beautiful bookstore you'll ever step foot in. We're talking soaring ceilings covered in frescoes, ornate balconies, red velvet curtains. It's like stepping into a fairy tale. You can easily lose yourself in here for hours, browsing the shelves, sipping coffee in the cafe, and just soaking up the atmosphere. And while we're on the subject of beautiful places, you can't leave Buenos Aires without visiting the Teatro Colón. This opera house is an architectural masterpiece, and it's considered one of the best acoustic venues in the world. Even if you're not an opera buff, I highly recommend catching a show here. The experience is truly unforgettable. But if opera's not your thing, they also have ballet, classical music concerts, and other performances throughout the year. All right, let's talk about food, specifically Buenos Aires' love affair with meat. This city is a carnivore's paradise. I'm talking about some of the best beef you'll ever sink your teeth into. We're not messing around here, people. And the best part? You don't have to break the bank to experience this meat lover's dream. From high-end parillas to humble street food stalls, there's an option for every budget. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you for this culinary adventure. So, what's the secret behind this legendary Argentine beef? Well, it's all about the grass-fed cattle and the unique grilling techniques. They use these open-fire grills called parillas. And let me tell you, the smoky flavor they impart is something else. Whether you're a seasoned steak connoisseur or just looking to try something new, Buenos Aires will blow your mind. Get ready for a meat sweats experience like no other. Now, while Buenos Aires is famous for its meat, don't think for a second that's all they've got. This city has a diverse culinary scene with something for everyone. One must-try dish is empanadas. These little pockets of heaven come with various fillings, from classic ground beef to cheesy goodness, and even vegetarian options. Grab a few from a local bakery and enjoy them on the go as you explore the city. And let's not forget about the Italian influence on Argentine cuisine. Thanks to the Italian immigrants, you'll find incredible pasta dishes all over the city. I'm talking about homemade pasta, rich sauces, and flavors that will transport you straight to Italy. Another must-try is provoletta, basically, a giant slab of grilled provolone cheese. It's salty, it's gooey, and it's the perfect appetizer to share with friends or devour solo. No judgment here. One of the best things about exploring a new city is discovering those hidden culinary gems. And Buenos Aires is full of them. Get lost in the charming neighborhoods, wander through local markets, and let your nose guide you to some incredible food experiences. Don't be afraid to strike up a conversation with the locals. Ask for their recommendations, try something new, and embrace the vibrant food culture that this city has to offer. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. And for those of you who need their caffeine fix, you're in luck. Buenos Aires has a thriving cafe culture. From cozy corners to trendy spots, you'll find the perfect place to relax, recharge, and sip on some seriously good coffee. So there you have it, a glimpse into the delicious world of Buenos Aires cuisine. Get ready to indulge your taste buds and embark on a culinary adventure you won't soon forget. Buenos Aires, man, this city comes alive at night, and I'm not just talking about the street dogs. We're talking about tango, the lifeblood of this place. It's more than just a dance, it's a conversation, a story told with every step, every tilt of the head. You haven't Buenos Aires until you've felt the floor vibrate beneath your feet in a tango club. And listen, you don't need a partner to tango. There are milongas, these late-night tango clubs everywhere. Some even offer beginner lessons beforehand. No excuses, you're going in. Trust me, lose yourself in the music, the movement, the energy. It's electric, it's raw, it's Buenos Aires. Now, if tango's not your thing, don't worry. This city's got your back. From jazz bars with smoky ambiance to underground clubs blasting electronic beats, there's a scene for every soul here. Start your night with dinner in Palermo, maybe catch a live band, then hop over to San Telmo for some serious late-night dancing. This city doesn't sleep, and honestly, after a few days here, neither will you. The energy is contagious, the people are warm, and the night is young. But hey, we're just getting started. Stick with me, I'll show you how to do Buenos Aires right. Look, maybe you'd rather soak up the city's soul without the thumping bass. Buenos Aires hears you. Head to a peña, a traditional folk music venue. local musicians pouring their heart out through song, or catch a show at Teatro Colón, one of the most stunning opera houses on the planet. For film buffs, the city boasts independent cinemas showcasing Argentine and international films. And if you're feeling adventurous, check out a local football match. The passion, the energy, the roar of the crowd. Get out there, explore, discover your own hidden gems. This city rewards the curious. One thing I learned about Buenos Aires, it's a city that throws surprises your way. You might stumble upon a street art festival, a pop-up tango performance, or a hidden courtyard buzzing with locals. Don't be afraid to ditch the itinerary and just wander. Some of the best experiences happen when you least expect them. And hey, don't underestimate the power of striking up conversations with locals. Argentinians are incredibly friendly and proud of their city. They're your best resource for hidden gems and local experiences you won't find in any guidebook. Now, remember those street dogs I mentioned earlier? Yeah, they're pretty much everywhere. Most are harmless and even friendly, but it's always best to be cautious. Don't approach them directly, especially if they're eating or with puppies. Trust me, a little awareness goes a long way. And as with any big city, be mindful of your belongings, especially in crowded areas. Keep your valuables secure, be aware of your surroundings, and you'll be good to go. But enough about safety, let's get back to the good stuff. Buenos Aires awaits. All right, let's talk safety. Buenos Aires is inviting, but it's smart to be prepared. The city's generally safe, even for solo travelers. Stick to well-lit, populated areas. For transportation, the subway is safe and efficient. Just be mindful of your belongings. Taxis are safe. Look for the black and yellow colors. Double-check ride-hailing details and share your location. Download an offline map. It's a lifesaver. Stay alert, trust your gut, and enjoy the ride. Let's talk money, because nobody wants to be caught off guard in a foreign country. The official currency in Argentina is the Argentine peso, but US dollars are widely accepted. However, here's the catch. The exchange rate fluctuates like crazy. So, here's the deal. Use ATMs to get the best rates, but withdraw larger amounts less frequently to avoid excessive fees. Many places, especially smaller businesses, prefer cash, so always have some pesos on hand. And a little tip from a seasoned traveler, always carry small denominations for tips and street vendors. It makes life easier, trust me. Now, communication. While most people in tourist areas speak some English, learning a few basic Spanish phrases goes a long way. Not only will it enhance your experience, but it shows respect for the local culture. Plus, it can be a fun challenge. Download a translation app on your phone for those lost in translation moments. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Argentinians are incredibly friendly and helpful, especially if you approach them with a smile and a hola. All right, let's get real for a second. Nobody wants to talk about health issues on vacation, but it's important, all right? Buenos Aires has a good healthcare system, but it's always smart to have travel insurance that covers medical expenses. Just in case. Pack any essential medications in your carry-on luggage, just in case your checked bag decides to take a detour. And stay hydrated, especially during those hot summer months. The tap water in Buenos Aires is generally safe to drink, but if you're unsure, bottled water is readily available. Now, food safety. Argentinian cuisine is delicious, but stick to reputable restaurants, especially when it comes to meat. Avoid street food from vendors who don't seem to prioritize hygiene. And listen, your mom was right. Wash your hands frequently, especially before eating. It's basic stuff, but it makes a world of difference. Remember, taking care of yourself allows you to fully enjoy the incredible experiences Buenos Aires has to offer. So, stay hydrated, be mindful of what you eat, and don't hesitate to seek medical attention if needed. So there you have it, your crash course in solo travel through the heart of Buenos Aires. From the vibrant tango halls to the charming cobblestone streets, this city is a feast for the senses. Remember to embrace the unexpected, get lost in the rhythm of the city, and savor every moment. Buenos Aires is a city that stays with you long after you've left. It's a city that challenges you, inspires you, and leaves you wanting more. So, what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, book that ticket, and get ready for an adventure of a lifetime. Until next time, Buenos Aires. And hey, before you go, don't Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, drop a comment down below with your own Buenos Aires travel tips, and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures. Safe travels!